Welcome back to the Life with Nate YouTube channel. So today we're starting off our AI and public policy series with a focus on SB 1047, which is the ambitious AI safety bill out of California that sent waves rippling through the big tech and government sectors. So today we'll talk about a little bit of what's in the bill, the various pros and cons, any recent developments, which there were plenty of this year, and then what that means for the future of AI legislation, not just at the state level, but also at the federal level in the United States as well. Let's go. SB 1047, also known as the Safe and Secure Innovation for Frontier Intelligence Models Act, aimed to create strict guidelines for developers working on advanced AI models. It sought to enforce safety assessments and accountability, even giving the state attorney general power to take legal action against non-compliant developers. At its core, the bill targeted frontier AI models, which are basically large-scale systems with significant computational power, which in some cases cost over $100 million to train. Developers would have been required to assess risks and ensure that their models wouldn't cause catastrophic harm to members in society. All right, with that in mind, let's discuss the pros of SB 1047. So, had it been signed into law, it would have positioned California as a leader in AI transparency, safety, and governance, not just like for their own state, but for the United States as a whole. The way that things are going right now, different states are having their own agendas when it comes to AI safety bills. So, for example, California vetoed SB 1047, like we'll talk about later. Colorado was the first state, I believe, to sign their bill into law, which is, a stark contrast. It would have also required developers to have designed these AI frontier models using ethical principles from the bottom up. The way that a lot of models are designed nowadays is that they talk about incorporating ethical principles in their design, but it's from a top-down approach, which I find very interesting. So like everything else, there's a yin and a yang, right? So let's talk about the cons of SB 1047. So the main criticism that I found was that it was going to hamper the rate of AI innovation in the state of California. And so had it been written into law, it would have forced developers, even in low-risk applications, to adopt a lot of stringent requirements, similar to what is found in the EU AI Act, as an example. And so when you apply this to a geopolitical lens, when we are quite literally in an AI arms race, not just against, for example, actors like China, but also even our EU allies as well, it kind of puts us behind in the AI arms race when it comes to the US as a nation that has arguably a lot of the best talent, resources, and financial incentives when it comes to like AI development. And so the final critique that I found for SB 1047 was that it would have essentially treated all large language models in the same manner. And so the bill was kind of a one-size-fits-all solution where it treated a lot of the impacts that LLMs would have had on society in the same way, even though a lot of the impacts are very different depending on which model you're using for which purpose. So all three of those were solid critiques of the bill. On September 30th, 2024, Governor Newsom vetoed SB 1047. In his veto message, he explained that while the bill was well-intentioned, it might not be the best approach to regulating AI. He emphasized the importance of targeted regulations based on the actual risks posed by different AI systems rather than blanket rules for all large models. So what does this mean for the future of SB 1047 now that the bill is being vetoed? I think a lot of people, including myself, believe that it's going to come back just in a different form, maybe a more targeted approach. I think it had a very interesting effect in terms of other AI bills that Governor Newsom actually did sign into law. So a couple of examples include AB 2013, which focuses on transparency in AI training data, SB 896, which came to AI and risk management, and then also AB 1108, which is privacy and AI. So you have all these different bills that did get signed into law, and I think a lot of states, and the federal government probably as well, were looking to the state of California because it matters a lot more if California signs these bills into law rather than other states. Because think about it, Silicon Valley, all the big tech companies are there, at least if they're not moving to Texas by now. But the point is that SB 1047 had a large-reaching impact despite not being signed into actual law. And I think the bill is going to come back just in a different form. It's going to be very interesting seeing how AI legislation and policy develops in the US for the rest of 2024 as we finish off the election year, and also going into 2025 and 2026 with a new administration. See you next time for more AI-related policy. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more content. See you next time.